my little nuggies. Welcome back to the studio. Yeah. What is going on? I may or may not wear my shades today because I just don't give a beep. Yeah, clearly I don't. Look at my hair. Look at what I'm wearing. I literally rolled out of bed 5 hours ago. Just kidding. More like 2 hours ago. And I've been rotting in bed. And then I woke up to poop. And I realized my roommate was home. And so we both went to go grab some McDonald's. And now we're here. A late start to my work day, but I showed up, okay? I showed up and I'm about to show down. Anyways, okay. Let's go. Should I make a cute little thumbnail? I don't even know what this is about. Yeah. I don't even know. Let's get her started. My toe is still actually very bruised, but it's okay now. Like, I could touch it. I could touch it and we're good. I can walk and we're good. I think I ate too much. Anyways, let's get her started, I guess. I don't even know what today's episode's about. We're just gonna wing it and like put on my shades. Hope y'all don't mind. My roommate just left. I think she's going on a walk. I'm kidding. I have no idea. Maybe laundry or something. Ugh, there's like something in my eye. Ugh. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, before we get started, what am I wearing? I'm wearing these yoga pants from American Eagle, or Aerie. Same thing really. And then my Alchemy hoodie, the one that says, "Your fear of looking stupid is holding you back." Because facts, and it is covered in cat hair. And then my shades. My shades are from this store called Culture Craze. I think it might just be a West Coast thing. I don't know. Do y'all have a Culture Craze where you're from? Because I never saw one in Toronto. Or maybe it was out there and I just wasn't focused on it. I don't know. Anyways, let's get her started. It feels weird to do the pod with glasses, but we're gonna do it just because I feel like it. How's it going, my little chicken nuggies? How are you? I am wearing shades today because I am blocking out the haters on this week's episode. Speaking of haters, don't be a hater because I forgot to post for 2 weeks straight, okay? Your girl was having a mental health break. Just kidding. Lazy. Pure laziness. And poor scheduling. Sorry. I will try not to do that again, but I cannot make any promises, okay? I am human, and I'm wearing my shades, and I haven't showered in 2 days. And yeah, we are here, we're showing up, so let's get her going. Yeah, there's really no structure to today's episode. It's one of those. Aren't they all? And yeah, you guys know this new trend that's going on about the butterfly effect, right? And how, like, one thing has transpired to so many other things happening in one's life. And I kind of wanted to talk about my butterfly effect. Like, who is Tina? How did Tina become Tina? How did Tina create a podcast called Hire Me? Excuse me, baby burp. Excuse me, there's another one. I was awfully rude. Sorry. Besides showing up 2 hours late with shades on. How much ruder can I get? Also, I forgot to put on, like, lipstick. Now I'm like, girl. Hold on. I've got my little drawer right beside me with all of my podcast stuff. And I keep my lipstick right there so that when I'm recording, I don't have nasty chapped ass lips. Much better. I love how, like, I care about my lips, but I've been sleeping in the same sweater and pants for the past 3 days, and I haven't showered. I know, it's TMI, it's disgusting. I don't care, I'm a human being. Okay? Shit happens. Anyways, I'm gonna really try not to swear. Because, like, we were on a roll. I haven't been swearing that much. And if I do, it's, like, 1 or 2 max. Remember, like, I used to swear all the time? Yeah, no. We're trying to be PG here. I'm just kidding. This is not that kind of podcast. I don't think it'll ever be PG. I talk too much realness for it to be protected by parents. Yeah, butterfly effect. I hope you guys don't mind that I am wearing these shades, because, like, I just feel like they go with the fit. They're just so CUNTY. So, yeah. Aw. And I didn't feel like putting an effort. Anyways, now that I've reiterated that for, like, the 15th million time, let's actually get into today's topic. The butterfly effect. And it's crazy how the butterfly effect, it's supposed to be such, like, a positive, inspiring thing. At least mine is. And here we are. In shades. Not showered. And, like, still showing up. But you know what? I think it does have all to do with it. So, when I was a young lad... Oh, I'm just realizing I never clicked the phantom power on my interface. I mean, I did a test check, like a audio test, and it was fine. It sounded okay. There's just no phantom power, so I don't know what's gonna explode. Hopefully, this channel, baby, like, comment, and subscribe. Anyways, sorry, that's for the YouTube fam out there who's listening and watching on YouTube. And if you're just doing it on the podcast, that's okay. I still love ya. But you get a lot more out of YouTube, not gonna lie. Like, I don't, like, you see the whole setup, and I say other things, and I don't know, it's just a better experience. So, head over to YouTube if you can. If you can't, it's okay. I still love you for trying and listening and supporting me. So, how did this all come about? So actually, I feel like taking off my shades because I feel like it's, like, so not personal if I had shades on the whole time, you know? It's like, but then I should do the shades because, like, it's a look. I'm gonna do the shades. I'm gonna commit. We're, like, 5 minutes in, and I still have not told you the start of this story. Welcome to Hire Me, baby. It's a mess over here. A hot mess express. But we mean well. So, not that very long ago, in a far, far land called Toronto, Nyai, A young gal. Oh God, no. That's no. Poor representation right there. Sorry. Yeah, cancel me. Crucify me. Do whatever you can. That was terrible. Terrible. Anyways, a young lad. Are lads supposed to be males or females? Whatever. A young girl named Tina was, living her life, partying it up, not knowing what to do with her life, but knowing that she wanted to do something creative, obviously. Like, what else am I going to do with my life? Be a nurse? No. So, I had many, many, many friends. Many. And, just hopping around friend groups. If you've been here from the beginning, you know the story. But if you haven't, this is what's happening. Or what did happen. But yeah, I've had a lot of friends come and go, and some have inspired me, some have not at all. And as I'm kind of like, because right when you get out of high school, I feel like that's when life starts. Or, yeah, that's when life starts. Because, like, you think you know everything in high school, and you think, like, you're on top of the world. And, like, the world is your oyster. And it totally is. But there's definitely some harsh realizations that come with adulting, And one of those are choosing a path, a career path, a passion, a purpose, which I find that, like, most teenagers have zero of, because obviously you're a teenager. Just be a teenager. Just, like, do what you like to do, hang out with your friends, go to parties, get your education, because that's very important, and I regret not doing certain things in high school that could have bettered me later on in life, like how I slacked off and didn't go to school a lot, and, like, I wish I didn't, because it was really hard for me to transition from being a slacker and, like, thinking school is way too easy to then, boom, jumping to university and not understanding what math is. Because when you're trying to learn architecture, it's like, oh, what kind of math is this? So it really freaked me out, and I just wasn't in the right headspace. So I took some years off, and within those years I worked a full-time job, a full 9 to 5, and that was great because I was like, yay, like, what an opportunity. Like, right after high school, I get to go to a 9 to 5. Like, people have to go to school and then do this 9 to 5. And everyone who I did work with was definitely qualified, and I was not. Let's just say I was lucky and I had connections. So I worked this healthcare job, making good shmoney. Where's that shmoney now? Nowhere. Out into the economy, honestly. But it's okay. It's all a learning process, and we don't have to be perfect. So I then met this group of friends with my 2 closest friends. And we all just became this one big group. We would, like, rave together. And one of them was extremely into personal development. And my best friend at the time started dating this guy. And simply because of we're all constantly hanging out, and I also was kind of very spiritual around that time, so I'm getting to know myself more and trying to find a passion, trying to find a purpose, really, honestly. Like, I was really going in within and, like, trying to understand what works for me, what doesn't, and what I should do. And personal development came into my space. I held space for that. Yeah. And it's great. I'm so thankful for these people to have introduced this kind of life to me, because it was just like a light switch. It was like a, whoa, okay, this makes sense. So if my friend hadn't asked and begged me to go to this music festival and I hadn't taken out a frickin' credit card just to pay for this trip, this festival, this 3-day festival in frickin' London, Ontario. Was it London? I feel like it was. It was absolutely London. I feel like it was. And I wouldn't have met this guy that was not my boyfriend. She ended up dating. Not even gonna lie, I had the biggest crush on him, like the biggest crush. And I remember after that weekend, we went out to watch a basketball game. I think it was the Raptors were playing. And that was the year that they won. I'm pretty sure that was that year. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. It wasn't the winning game. It was like the ones prior to that so that they can, move on to the finals. I don't know sports, okay? I'm struggling to explain that. And that night, her and I were in the washroom, and I was about to tell her that I had this major crush on her now boyfriend, and she literally, out of nowhere, says, "Oh my god, I'm so into him." Keep in mind, she had a boyfriend at the time who she just broke up with that same frickin' day because she met this guy who treated her so well, and her boyfriend did not. He was terrible. And yeah, butterfly effect, eh? So yeah, she told me, and I decided to keep my mouth shut because I kind of saw chemistry between the two. And I'm like, you know what, let me not get in between this, because it had been so normal for me to like fall for certain guys and them fall for my friends. Like it was just like it was a no-brainer, honestly. Like I was always the ugly fat friend, so it was just like, oh, okay, let me just step back then, And I'm glad I did, because they're still together. They're still very happy, and like they honestly compliment each other. Would have been a much better together than him and I. Ew. But yeah, I instantly got over it because, again, I'm that type of girl that, like, if a friend mentions that she likes someone, I'm out. I instantly step back and I'm like, nope. And feelings are all out the window. And so, he was obviously very interested in personal development. He had built a company with him and his brothers. Very inspiring, honestly. And all about growth, especially like physical, like they went to the gym a lot. And so that got us motivated. And we were like reading books after books after books. And it felt really nice, And I'm so freaking grateful for them. But then as time went on, obviously certain things came up. And I felt really betrayed by my friend group. And I just felt like I was trapped in this cycle, and I just didn't feel good enough, and I knew I had to step away to just like be on my own for a while. And I knew like that friendship had just come to an end, like it was just, I felt used and abused. I don't know if abused is the right word. I shouldn't even like say that. Like, there are actual people who have gone through that kind of trauma. But it's just, I guess, a way of me explaining how I kind of felt internally. Just, yeah, used and, like, not in the right reasons, Like, I don't know. When you're friends with people, you don't want to feel like you're being used by them. You want to feel like a part of the group. And, yeah, it just felt like they were using me for my house parties and, like, my trips around the car and also my cottage and like, and I've always kind of dealt with that because I was an only child, so obviously I was given almost anything I ever wanted. So that did include cottage, house parties, cars, laptops, phones, like anything, everything I got. I want it, I got it. So, like life wasn't hard per se in that sense. It was in terms of like internally, because I was a bigger girl, so I didn't get love the way that my friends did, and I struggled with that a lot. And within that friend group, I did fall for this other guy who also wanted nothing to do with me and also chose another girl in the friend group. C'est la vie, Some people get cars, some people get boyfriends. I got a car. I'm not mad. Car takes me a lot further than a boyfriend ever would. So, yeah. I'm a spoiled see you next Tuesday. And, well, not really spoiled. My parents weren't rich. Don't jump to conclusions. I was just an only child, and my parents are my parents. They're gonna do the most for their child, you know? And because they knew I was so lonely, and, like, you know, and it's only me, like, so of course they gave me things, you know? I don't have to over-explain myself. But, yeah, I then left that friend group and continued my journey, but very lonely, and yeah, a solitude journey. And I still had my good friends with me, like my friends since I've known like forever. And I would hang out with them sometimes, but they kind of have their own lives going on. They weren't really like school friends. Again, they're like life friends, so like family friends. And then I decided to go to film school. And it was like an aha moment. And I was like, yes, like I really want to get into the entertainment industry. And I feel like film school would be good. And I also wanted to show my parents that I can graduate from something. I can go to college. I can go and like get a degree or a certificate or whatever. Or a diploma, in my sense. And I did. And it was so much fun. It was a 18 month. I think it was an 18-month program. Super quick. And within that time frame, I also got a boyfriend. Like, my life kind of leveled up because I was working so hard internally and physically too, right? Like, I was going to the gym, I was working on myself, and went to film school, doing these fun little videos, fun little projects, creating a short film, managing a whole team, a creative team. Like, people don't understand how much work that actually goes into it. It's extremely intricate, and everything is planned detail by detail. Like, oh my gosh, so much respect for anyone in the film industry, because it is not for the faint of heart, and they're very much like people who recruit people want people who are in it, you know, like who are committed. There is no such thing as like laziness. There is no such thing as like wishy-washy. You're either in or you're out. There is no in between. And I thought it was very cutthroat, and it is a very cutthroat industry. But again, if you got it, you got it. You're good. And I was good. I was fine. I was getting all these jobs, some paid, some unpaid, but my heart just wasn't in it. And I was doing production design, and it was okay. I liked it, but I hated the fact that I had to stand behind the freaking camera and watch someone else shine. Like, it ate me alive. So I started this YouTube channel, which was insane how I hadn't started it before, because I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel. Always wanted to do like cute little vlogs. I just didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to do anything. So I knew that going into film school, just learning how to put on a production, even if it was my own production, I wasn't telling people, but that was basically kind of the gist. Yeah, I did go to film school and spend $30,000 on a private school so that I could learn how to edit when I could just do it on YouTube for 10 minutes. Anyways, it's okay. I learned so much, and things that I wouldn't have learned on my own. But it's okay. We're here. I have the knowledge that I have, and I have the connections that I have. So if I ever need to, I can reach out to certain people and ask for help. And we were a very tight-knit group, and we still kind of are. Like, there is actually a classmate of mine who also started his own podcast, which one day we will absolutely collab. And I would love to do that project with him. But yeah, you know, life kind of went on, and I realized that, like, yeah, the film industry just isn't for me. So I decided to wait tables because the tips are good, especially when you cute So, yeah, I did that. And then I realized that I did not want to be in Toronto. That everything that I had lived out had already been lived out. And I just felt like there was nothing left for me out there. And I know that's so wild to say, like, Tina, you're moving from a big city of opportunities to go into a small city all the way on the West Coast. Girl, what are you thinking? I don't know if I was thinking, but I just knew I had to get away. Mainly because of, like, personal problems at home. I just didn't feel like... Listen, I love my parents. I literally just told you guys they bought me and did everything for me. But the thing was, I still didn't feel like I had freedom. I still didn't feel like I could be me, could, like, live my own life on my own, you know? And when you're basically, like, everything has been given to you on a silver platter, you have to prove to yourself that you can do it on your own 10 times more than any regular person that had to basically work for it, right? So it was more so like, yeah, kind of finding myself and learning how to navigate the world on my own. So I chose the farthest place possible. My intentions at the time were definitely to escape my parents, and now looking back, I'm like, girl, I miss a good old home-cooked meal. I kind of miss my mom's. Her tangents and her yelling at me for doing something wrong. I'm just kidding. I don't miss that at all. But, you know, I definitely do miss my parents, and I have an appreciation for them. So, you know what? It's okay that I came all the way to the West End just to figure myself out. So many great things have happened. So much confidence, too. And even just before leaving, I was living out at my cottage alone. But my parents would come visit here and there. And obviously it's their cottage. And I used to work and live there, right? And that's when I fell for that guy, which we're not going to bring up that topic. Well, actually we are, because I knew that situation was so wrong. I knew in my heart that I just needed to get the hell away from Toronto, from Ontario, from, like, the whole East Coast. Like, I just could not anymore. Literally could not. So, yeah, I ran away. I ran away to here. And did I forget the part where I started the podcast? I think it was just right after high school, actually. Oh, it was in that in-between stage of, like, me not wanting to be in the film industry, but still wanting to be in the entertainment industry, but doing something for myself. And if you guys watch, like, the first few episodes of this podcast, you know that I called it Hire Me because I was literally stoned. Like, somewhere behind my house, I used to go there and just smoke. And then I would drive around, which is terrible to admit. But, yeah. When you do it for a really long time and it's just constantly in your system, it doesn't affect you as much. So, it's not as crazy as it seems, but still bad, and I shouldn't be admitting that. And I don't condone that at all. Do not do that. Just because one dumbass did it doesn't mean you, another dummy, should do it, okay? I'm not calling you a dummy. I'm calling you a dummy if you do it. Because don't do it. Yeah, I was stoned, and I'm like, oh, I just want to be, like, this higher version of myself. I just want to, like, implement and also inspire other people. Like, how am I going to do it? What should I call it? Like, I definitely needed to be rooted in spirituality in some way and personal development, because that's so near and dear to my heart. And so, boom, instantly, Hire Me came into my head. And I'm like, this is perfect. And also, it was a time where, like, I didn't really have friends other than my cousin. And I'm just like, yep, this is it. I'm going to do it. And so I told her about it, and she absolutely loved the idea. And she's like, send me your first episode. She did. She loved it. And I think her encouragement really helped me to continue it and be consistent. Anytime I wasn't posting, she'd be like, hello, where's my episode? And then I took, like, some months off, and I realized that, like, being consistent in this industry is key. So I've been consistent ever since, and a girl is almost able to monetize her content, which is amazing, I love that. I absolutely love that. But yeah, here I am now on the 84th episode explaining how and all this kind of came about. And weirdly enough, I have to thank that guy that I had a crush on and that friend that I'm no longer friends with. Like, them as a couple. Like, I genuinely have to thank them. Because if it wasn't for them to, like, just make something click in my brain, or just introduce me to it, right? Maybe I would have been introduced to it eventually, for sure. But I'm glad they did it at a time where I felt so vulnerable, where I was, like, looking for light, and that was the light at the end of my tunnel. And I just kept working on it, doing the inner work, constantly showing up for myself, even though, like, till today, why am I wearing shades? Because I literally don't have any makeup on. I did not try on today's episode because I didn't want to. I didn't feel like it. But I know showing up, consistency is the key to all of this. Like, even when you don't feel like it, you have to show up. And even when I don't feel like inspiring others, I still end up doing it in some way, shape, or form, Like, I have to. It's like, it's in my DNA. I just kind of have to. And I didn't realize I've always been like that until recently. Like, even as a kid, I would always try to be, like, the class clown. Always try to make someone feel uplifted in some way. That's always been in me. I just needed it to be reignited. I just needed it to make sense. Excuse me. Oh no, do I have the hiccups now? But yeah, that is my butterfly effect. Not as crazy as most people that I've seen online, but I'm glad I'm here now, I'm glad all of my rejections, all of my no's have led me to here for me honoring myself, honoring my dreams, because I owe it to myself. There's, like, no freaking way I came down to this earth to be working for other people, to be somebody's bitch, to be crying over some guy. Hell no. No. And yeah, I just love honoring myself. I love chasing my dreams and doing the things that I genuinely want to do. Like, there's no way. And I get that people think, like, oh, Gen Z, they just want to do what they want to do. Like, they don't understand morals and ethics and, like, you have to do and responsibility and all that. And, like, fair. So fair. But I think that there's a lot to learn from Gen Zers or Zennials, or whatever they're called, when you have influence of both, which I definitely did growing up. I was born in the late 90s. So, yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. Although, sure, I'm not there yet, but even just being halfway there, because I know I'm halfway there. I think I'm a little bit more than halfway, but at least halfway. Even just being there, I'm like, wow. I would not change my life for anything. Literally anything or anyone. Because I think magical things are going to happen as long as I stay consistent and stay true to myself, because I'm not going to allow other people to influence me in terms of, like, thinking I'm smaller than I am, thinking that, like, no, well, this is the harsh reality. We're in a rat race and you're stuck in that rat race. Like, absolutely the fuck not. I don't think so, babes. Back up. This is my life. I have full control of it, and I've had control of it. So, yeah. Like, so much so to the point where, so as you guys know, where I currently work, my boss is kind of, like, refusing to promote me, which is crazy because she doesn't think I have potential to be a manager, an assistant manager. Which is crazy, because sis, if you knew what I did in that healthcare job at the age of 18, it is 10 times more stressful than what she does. And a lot of my coworkers do say, like, it's a fear of you outshining her. And that is absolutely true. I know it, I sense it, I feel it. She even said it herself that, like, we were having a conversation. She's like, oh, yeah, I worked for this lady once and she just refused to promote me. And then she got awkward. Because it all makes sense. If she didn't get awkward, if she didn't get kind of like, oh, like, shit, then I would have never thought anything of it. Because she brought up on that awkwardness immediately after she said that, I know she's refusing to promote me. And that's fine, because that's lighting a fire in my booty to do my own thing, which I'm now starting. Aside from the podcast, obviously, you guys know this is my main side hustle. But I'm starting another side hustle. Little do they know, every time they say no to me, it just awakens the inner entrepreneur in me. And I just want to do more. Like, you said no? Let me show you how I can make you my worker. Bitch. I'm kidding. Not really, though. Like, I can die happy when I know one day she can be posting up a poster of me working with this brand. And she's going to have to look at it and be like, wow, I was wrong. You know, similar to the whole, like, Kim Kardashian thing where I think her old publicist said, oh, you'll never get on the magazine of Cosmo. Like, be realistic, honey. And then I think she did send, like, a few of her magazines to her, or, like, the cover of Vogue or something the first time she ever got on it. Like, how iconic with a capital K. That is the type of energy that I'm bringing. That's the type of energy that this butterfly effect is bringing, babes. Straight up. I love life. I love the way that things, like, turn out. Because even though they seem shitty in the moment, they're literally slowly building you up to become something so much greater than you could ever expect. Like, who would have ever thought that not knowing that I'm better off without authority. I've always kind of known that. But it's just lighting a fire under my booty to do my own thing constantly and every day, and just having my own schedule, being my own boss. Like, I'm so close to just making that dream into reality. Because could you imagine me doing my little side hustle, which I'll explain once it's actually out. I'm not gonna, like, give out too much information because it's not officially out yet. I'm still kind of building up my portfolio per se, and then I can, like, finally launch it. But hey, all those people who said no to me, all those people who were mean to me, all those people who did not want to be my friend, did not want to be my boyfriend, all those people did not realize that they have literally created one of the best human beings in the world. Not to toot my own horn. But I don't know. I think I'm a pretty great human being. Like, I really love my circle a lot. I cherish people. I cherish their gifts, and I welcome anyone and everyone to the table. As long as you've got heart, authenticity, and drive, you are so welcomed here. Nothing else literally matters. And so, yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm so proud of the person I've become and am becoming every single day. You know, I'm not perfect. So far from it. I literally haven't showered in 2 days. So, but that doesn't make me any less. You know, I've come to a point where I used to care so much about what I looked like, to the point where I'm like, whatever, you take me as I am, or you don't, you know, like, I'm not afraid to film in public anymore, because, again, you take me as I am, or bye-bye. You either take in the fact that I'm a content creator and you become my friend, or you don't. Straight up. If you think it's embarrassing, we are not meant to be friends. Bye. My life is not made for small minds. It's really not. And this community that I'm building with you and I, excuse me, it is not made for small minds. It is made for big, beautiful, gigantic minds and titties and asses. Yeah. I'm kidding. Not really. But yeah, come as you are. I love you just as you are. And let's grow together. Let's evolve together. Even if you don't feel like evolving today, that's okay. That is so okay. Go rot. Go do you, boo. Go honor you. I think that's it at the end of the day. As long as you're honoring yourself, you're going far in life. Because you're honoring yourself. So any situations that come up where you're faced with adversity, honor yourself. Choose what is best for you. Yeah, be a little selfish. Because being selfish is going to get you really far. Instead of you thinking about other people and what's best for other people. Because other people come and go, unfortunately. They really do. The ones that are going to stay are the ones that are meant to stay. The ones that are meant to elevate with you. Because I've noticed every time I've dropped a few friends, my life literally shoots up. It elevates. Not that long ago, I literally stopped being friends with someone. And how is it that I finally came up with this side hustle? Because I finally had time to honor myself. I stopped pouring into other people. I stopped, I guess, being inauthentic to myself. Because it was so much energy trying to just put up with this friendship that I was not pouring back into myself. I was eating myself alive, basically. And neglecting my health, my mental health, my physical, spiritual health. And it's why? For what? People that would never do the same for you. People who, quite honestly, don't believe in you and have some sort of remorse. Why? No. This is your life, Well, it's technically my life. Y'all are just in it. I'm kidding. But no, I'm definitely take that on as your own, right? This is your life. I'm just someone in it. Similar to you to me, We should just honor ourselves and see where it takes us. And kind of look back, if you don't feel like you've had a butterfly moment, I know you have, because everyone has. And it always starts with rejection, right? It always starts off oh man, that sucks. Well, not always. I guess it could be a good thing, but still, I find that a lot of the times it's rejection that leads you to something better. So, always remember, even though they rejected you right now, get hot, they'll come back later. Just kidding, not really. That does happen too, actually. But yeah, guys, just kind of wanted to share my little butterfly effect story. That's what a butterfly sounds like to me. But yeah, I'ma go now because I gots to go. I got better things to do. Just kidding. I don't. I'm just done talking. Okay. Love you. Mwah, mwah, and mwah. Ciao, ciao. Yeah. That was such a great episode. Yeah. My lips are it's sticky. It's sticky. It's so sticky. I don't know why I do weird things like that. So yeah. See, I showed up looking like this. Again, I have not brushed my hair in days. And I broke out in hives yesterday. I've realize that I am highly allergic to alcohol. Yeah. Yeah. So, no more drinking for me. Which is, like, not a terrible thing. I hate drinking. So, yeah. This is like, I can't believe I recorded a whole episode looking like this. Actually, looking like this. Okay, well, bye guys. And thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Because I got new videos every week, baby. Well, I try, okay? I try. Okay, take your kiss where you want to. Mwah. I love it when it gets foggy.